Myself, S. Sudhakar, working as contract lecturer in physics at a government polytechnic Cheria. Today I am going to explain causes of friction, types of friction, and laws of friction in the chapter of friction in basic physics. Objectives: on completion of the period, you would be able to know about what is friction, causes of friction, types of friction, and laws of friction. Friction, definition of friction. How we can define friction? That is nothing but the opposite force which acts in opposite direction of the movement of the upper body is called friction force, or simply it is called as friction. That is nothing but the opposite force. That is nothing but, so this indication that the frictional force direction, that is which is in the direction of motion of the body, in the opposite direction of the motion of the body, that is the opposite force which acts in the opposite direction of the movement of the upper body, that is this is the body is moving in the direction of like this, whereas the force which acts in the opposite direction to the motion of the body, so this is called as a frictional force, or simply it is called as a friction. That is the opposite force which acts opposite direction of the movement of the body is called frictional force, or it is called simply friction. So let us consider these are two bodies are in contact where the upper body is moving in this direction. The opposite force which acts in the opposite to the motion of the body, that is called as friction. When does friction occurs? That is friction occurs when two surfaces are in contact. Frictional force is always occurs only when the two surfaces in contact. If there is no two surfaces are in non-contact, then there is no frictional force occur between that bodies. That is, if frictional forces occur between when two surfaces are in contact only. That is, when does friction occurs? That is, friction occurs when the two surfaces are in contact only. Where friction is desirable. Where friction is desirable. What is the desirable of the friction? So where it is useful, where it is desirable. That is, during walking on the road. That is, friction is desirable. Where it is desirable. That is, during walking on the road. When we are walking on the road, there must be a friction between the foot and the road. So then only walking is possible. If there is no friction between the foot and road, we can slip, or we can slip. There may be a chance to slip. So that's why, so friction, that is during walking on the road, there must be friction between the foot and road. In writing on the paper, that is by using writing we are writing, by using pen we are writing on the paper, so there must be a friction occur between nib of the pen and paper. So then only it is uh, uh, then only it is possible, that is in writing on the paper, so that is friction is desirable. To hold or grabbing something we are grabbing, or something we are holding, so then must be a friction between the object and hand, so that is it is also then also there also the friction is desirable. So where friction is desirable, during walking, in writing on the paper, to hold or grabbing something, so these are the desirable places of the friction. Where friction is not desirable, where friction is not desirable. Some places we does not need friction. So that is during walking we have to put extra effect. So let us consider we are walking on sand. What happened? We have to use more energy. We have to use more energy. So that is nothing but the type of places during walking we have to put extra effect. We have to put extra effect. There is no desirable of friction. Due to friction, the life of the machine part reduced. The life of the machine part is reduced. So some machines are we are using after certain time the machine parts are the efficiency is decreases due to the friction. So that is due to friction the life of the machine part reduced. So there is no need of there is no desirable of friction. It is not required in mechanical parts where two parts of machine meet. So that is in mechanical parts also some two parts are meet. That is where two parts or machine parts are meet. Then there is a friction occurs. Due to that efficiency also reduced. So there is also not desirable of friction. A large effort required to move this block than on a smoother one. So this is a block we have to use or we have to use large effort required to move this block than on a smoother one. When it is a smoother block, we have to use a small effect, but a large effect required to move this block than a smoother one. So not desirable of friction. Causes of friction. So what are the causes of friction? So that is friction is caused due to the interlocking of irregularities between the two surfaces in contact. That is when we are see a smooth surfaces under microscope, they also consist of some depressions and elevations. Some depressions and elevations. These depressions and elevations of one object, surface of one object meet with another or contact with another surface. What happens? The irregularities of one surface is interlocking with another surface. So then friction causes due to interlocking of irregularities between the two surfaces in contact. That is every surface consists of depressions and elevations. These depressions and elevations are interlocking one another. So due to that, friction occurs between the two surfaces in contact. Smooth surfaces have minute irregularities between the two surfaces. When we consider smooth surfaces, so they have minute irregularities. That is nothing but small irregularities are present on smooth surfaces. Rough surfaces, that is rough surfaces have larger irregularities between the two surfaces. Rough surfaces, when we consider two rough surfaces, they have large irregularities. The irregularities are large between the two surfaces. So force of friction is more if the surfaces are rough. That is friction is more when two surfaces consist of more roughness. That is nothing but smooth surfaces consist of low friction, whereas rough surfaces consist of more friction. That is, so force of friction is more if the surfaces are rough. When the surfaces are rough, that is friction is more. So this is the causes of friction. Some more causes of friction. So that is molecular adhesion. So what is molecular adhesion? Molecular adhesion gives rise to friction when one surface moves over the other. Sliding of a surface against the other requires breaking of these adhesive bonds. That is nothing but, let us see this diagram. So that is, this is one block is placed on other block. So what happened? The surface of this larger block and surface of this smaller block are one another contact. So when these two surfaces are in contact, what happens? The molecules of this smaller block possess some additive forces, attracts some attractive forces to this block. That is nothing but the molecules of smaller block and the molecules of larger block have molecules. These molecules are possess some adhesive forces. Due to these adhesive forces, they attracts one another. They attracts one another. So due to these attractive forces, there a force develops between these two surfaces, that is called as a frictional force. So when a body when sliding of a surface against the other requires breaking of these adhesive bonds. So when this block is slide over than this one, so we have to, that is we have to break these bonds. That is, we have to use some external forces on the blocks. That is nothing but molecular of adhesion. That is, molecular adhesion gives rise to friction when one surface move over the other. That is, sliding of a surface against the other requires breaking of these adhesive bonds. When these adhesive bonds are broken, then only the body slide over on the surface of other one. Surface roughness. Second one, causes of friction, that is surface roughness. The interlocking of irregularities opposes the relative motion of the surface. So that is one cause that is called as friction. That is how it is possible. That is surface roughness. Let us consider. So this is one brick is placed on the surface of other one. Then so these are the roughness of the brick and this surface. So they are interlocking one another. So the interlocking of depressions and elevations, surfaces where the surfaces are in contact. Due to these interlocking of these depressions and elevations, there is a force exists between the surfaces, between these two surfaces, that is called as friction. So that is nothing but surface roughness. The interlocking of irregularities opposes the relative motion of the surfaces. That is called as also friction. Surface deformation. So that is nothing but to deform. That is nothing but the change of shape. So that is also causes one of the causes of friction. So how surface deformation occur? That is surface materials deforms. So that is, sorry, nothing but that is soft materials. Soft materials deforms under pressure. These deformation causes resistance to motion and friction arises between the surfaces. That is soft materials. Soft materials deforms under pressure. That is soft materials, nothing but examples for soft materials are sponge. When we applied some small force on the sponge, what happens? It undergoes some deformation. So that is nothing but soft materials deforms under pressure. So these deformation causes resistance to motion and friction arises between the surfaces. Let us see. So that is some block is placed on this soft material. What happens? The material undergoes some deformation. So these deformation produces arises some frictional force between these two surfaces. So that is surface deformation also. That is soft materials deforms under pressure. So these deformation causes resistance to motion and friction arises between the surfaces. So this opposes the motion of the body. So that is nothing but it is due to friction arises between these surfaces. Types of friction. So what are the types of friction? So types of friction, there are three types of friction in our syllabus. That is static friction, dynamic or kinetic friction, and rolling friction. So first one is static friction. How we define static friction? That is when friction occurs between two bodies which are not in motion, then the friction is known as static friction and it is represented by μs. What is static friction? Static means what? Rest. That is when two bodies are at rest position, they are placed, the surfaces of the two bodies are in contact, then the friction arises between these two surfaces of the bodies. The friction is called as static friction. That is when friction occurs between two bodies which are not in motion, then the friction is known as the static friction, and it is represented by mu s. Mu s means what? The static friction. That is, it is given by F maximum equals to mu s into Fn. Fn. That is, we will discuss about that after next. That is example for static friction. So let us see, a man is trying to push an almara. So that is, uh, static friction is the opposing or resisting force between two solid surfaces. So what is static friction? Is the opposing or resisting force. Is the opposing force between the two solid surfaces. Let us consider. So it is placed on earth or it is placed on floor. So what happened? The friction arises between the force and this almara. So that is nothing but the almara is at a rest position. The almara is at a rest position. Due to this rest position, the friction arises between the floor and this almara. That is called as static friction, which opposes the force between two solid surfaces. The force which opposes between the two bodies or two surfaces is called as static friction. Static means what? Rest. So another example for static friction, that is, a car is at rest position. Then the persons are trying to move the car. So that is, so it we have to use more effort to move a car. That is nothing but the car at a rest position. That is, the force occurs between the wheels and the floor is called as static friction. That is, which opposes the motion of the car. That is, the frictional force which opposes the motion of the car is called as also static friction. That is, these persons are trying to move this car. So where the frictional force is opposing the motion of the car. So that is also one of the example for static friction. Limiting friction. So what is called as limiting friction? The maximum value of the friction force at which the body resting on the another body start to slide is called as a limiting friction. What is called as limiting friction? The maximum value of static friction, or the maximum value of the frictional force at which the body is resting on the another body start to slide, just ready to slide. That is called as a limiting friction. If limiting friction force is F and applied force is P, then if F is greater than P, that is no motion between two bodies. That is, limiting friction is F and applied force is P, then F greater than P, that is, that the limiting friction is greater than applied force is, then no motion between the bodies. If F is equal to P, then also no motion between the bodies. That is, applied force as well as limiting friction also equal, both are equal, then also no motion between the bodies. If F is equal to P, motion will be there. That is, if F less than P, here there is a mistake. That is, if F less than P, motion will be there. That is, static limiting friction is less than applied force, so then the motion will be there. So let us see the example for that one. That is, let us consider a block placed on a horizontal surface. We are connecting by using string to a pan. So by using a frictionless pulley. So if we are increasing the weight on this pan, so what happened? So there is a frictional force exist opposite direction to the motion of the body. That is, we are pulling. That is, here when we are increasing the weight on pan, what happened? So there is a pulling force is exist here. So to opposite this pulling force, there is a frictional force exist between this black and this surface. So when this P, that is nothing but we are applying force. This applied force is less than this this frictional force, when this pulling force is less than this frictional force or limiting friction, so what happened, the block is at rest position. Even this pulling force is equals to this frictional force also, the body is does not move, that is the block does not move on this horizontal surface. But if the pulling force is greater than that limiting friction, that is if pulling force is that is greater than frictional force, limiting friction, what happens, the body is just ready to slide over this surface. So that is example for static friction. Or the limiting friction also defined as the maximum value of static friction at which a body ready to slide over on the surface is called also a limiting friction. Kinetic or dynamic friction. Kinetic or second one, kinetic friction or dynamic, it is also called as dynamic friction. So when the friction occurs between two bodies which have relative motion to each other, then the friction is known as dynamic friction, and it is represented by also mu or mu d. That is, when the friction occurs between two bodies which have relative motion to each other. That is, when the two bodies are relative motion between one another, or two surfaces are contact and relative motion between them also, relative motion between them. So the friction occurs between them is called as a dynamic friction, or it is called as a kinetic friction. Let us see about this dynamic friction or kinetic friction. That is, object on surface. So this is a surface, force applied to surface. So we have applying surface some force on this surface. So what happened, so the body is moving in left side, whereas the frictional force is exist between these two surfaces in the opposite to the motion of the body, where the object on surface which produces some downward force, that is a downward force or normal force, that is called as n. That is f is equal to it can be written as mu into n, whereas mu is called as coefficient friction. We will discuss about these terms next slides. That is, what is kinetic friction or dynamic friction. That is the friction occurs between bodies which have relative motion to each other, that is called as dynamic friction or kinetic friction. That is nothing but here the two bodies are in relative motion, they are in motion, so that's why this friction is called as kinetic or dynamic friction. Example for kinetic friction, that is, kinetic friction appears like this. When ball starts moving, so what happened, the ball is on the surface of table. So when it is moving in the direction of this one, what happens, the frictional force occurs opposite to the motion of the body. Due to this friction, what happens, the ball moves a certain distance and comes to rest. That is due to the kinetic friction. So next another slide. So explain the kinetic friction or dynamic friction. That is this is pushing force. The motion of the body is like this, whereas the frictional force exists between these two surfaces, that is in opposite to the motion of the body. That is frictional force exists always opposite to the motion of the body. Next one, rolling friction. So what is rolling friction? That is the force of friction that develops between a rolling body and the surface due to the deformations produced in the point of contact is called as rolling friction. So what is rolling friction? The force of friction that develops between a rolling body and the surface. Between the rolling friction when occurs between the rolling body and the surface due to the deformations produced in the mat, the point deformation produced in the point of contact is called rolling friction. So what is rolling friction? The friction arises between the rolling body and the surfaces at the point of contact is called as rolling friction, or it is called rolling friction. That is it is occurs between uh, uh, two surfaces. One is rolling body and other one is surface. That is this is a body is moving like this towards to right direction. So whereas force applied in this direction, the friction which opposes the motion of this rolling body, that is which is called as rolling friction, that is called as rolling friction. Okay, that is example for rolling friction. Next topic is normal reaction. What is called as a normal reaction? It is the net force compressing two parallel surfaces. So what is normal reaction? It is the net force which is compressing two surfaces together, and the direction of the reaction force will be perpendicular to the surface on which it is acts. That is nothing but the compressing force, the net force which is used to compress the two surfaces, two parallel surfaces together, and the direction of this force is perpendicular to the surfaces is called as normal reaction. So that is when one body is resting on horizontal surface, or it is ready to slide over the inclined surface, the force which exists between the two surfaces in contact, and it is perpendicular to the surface to it is perpendicular to the this surfaces is called as a normal reaction. That is the net force which is compressing two parallel surfaces together, and the direction of the reaction force will be perpendicular to the surface is called as a normal reaction. So that is a normal reaction. That is, this is mass into gravitational force, that is weight of the body acts vertically downward direction. So that is normal reaction is the force which is opposite acts in opposite direction to the weight of the body. That is normal force, that is normal, that is equals to weight of the body in the case of horizontal surface. In case of inclined surface, that is normal reaction, that is normal reaction acts like this, that is which is perpendicular to the surface where the body is slide over the inclined surface. That is the normal reaction acts perpendicular to this surface. And uh, the mg sin theta, that is which is used to move the body in downward direction, and that is frictional force which is balanced by this mg sin theta is opposite acts opposite to the motion of the body. So that is uh, weight of the body, that is mg, acts vertically downward direction to the inclined surface, and mg cos theta, that is which is balanced by the normal reaction, which is balanced by the normal reaction. That is about normal reaction force, or normal reaction force. Next topic is loss of static friction. So loss of friction. So first one is loss of static friction. The applied force will be equal in magnitude with the friction force. That is, what is first law of static friction? The applied force will be equal in magnitude with the friction force. So when we are applying some force on the body, that is equals to equal the magnitude of that force is equal to the frictional force. The ratio of the limiting friction force to the normal reactional force is called coefficient of static friction. So what is coefficient of static friction? That is coefficient of static friction, that is it is represented by mu, that is mu is equal to so ratio of limiting friction and normal reaction, that is the ratio between the limiting friction and normal reaction force is called coefficient of static friction. The force of friction is dependent on the roughness of the surface, but independent on the area of contact. That is the force of friction. The force of friction which dependent on the roughness of the surfaces. If the roughness of the surfaces are more, then more friction exists between the surfaces. But frictional force is independent on the area of contact. That is, frictional force is independent of the area of contact. If the contact does not depend upon the contact area of the surfaces. So that is the third law of static friction. Loss of dynamic friction or loss of kinetic friction. The direction of the frictional force will be opposite to the direction of the motion of the body. That is nothing but frictional force is always opposite to the motion of the body. Next one, the ratio of dynamic friction to the normal reaction is a constant. It is called as a coefficient of dynamic friction. So what is coefficient of dynamic friction? The ratio of dynamic friction to the normal reaction is called as a coefficient of dynamic friction or kinetic friction. As we increase the speed of the moving body, then the friction force decreases. So when two surfaces are in contact, a body is moving on the surface of other body. If the speed of one body is increases, then the friction force is decreases. Then the friction force is decreases. Coefficient of friction. So that is, it is defined as a ratio of the limiting frictional force to the normal reaction, or ratio of the dynamic friction force to normal reaction, or ratio of the rolling friction to normal reaction is called as a coefficient of friction. It is represented by mu. Coefficient of friction is represented by mu. So it is given by, that is mu is equal to F by Fn, that is limiting friction by normal reaction. Or if it is treated as a coefficient of kinetic friction, that is mu k equals to Fk by Fn, that is kinetic frictional force by normal reaction. If it is treated as a coefficient of rolling friction, that is mu r is equal to Fr by Fn, that is mu coefficient of rolling friction is equal to rolling frictional force by normal reaction. So generally we can define as, what is coefficient of friction? It is defined as the ratio of the limiting frictional force to normal reaction. That is coefficient of friction. Summary. We discussed about friction, causes of friction. What is friction? Friction is nothing but it is a force, so which always opposes the motion of the body. That is nothing but frictional force is always opposite to the motion of the body. Causes of friction, that is causes of friction is molecular adhesion as well as surface roughness and surface deformation are the causes of friction. Due to the molecular attractive forces between the two surfaces, there is a force arises between the surfaces, that is called as frictional force. As well as surface roughness, if more surface roughness is there, so more frictional force is exist between the two surfaces. So that is surface roughness. As well as surface deformation, when the soft materials undergo deformation when the pressure applied on them. So due to this deformation force, so friction arises between the two surfaces. So due to that due to that frictional force arises between the two surfaces. So that is causes of friction. As well as the types of friction, there are three types of frictions, that is static friction, kinetic friction, and rolling friction. The frictional force present between the two surfaces in contact when they are at rest position is called as the static friction. If if one surface is sliding over the another surface, then frictional force present between the two surfaces is called as kinetic friction or dynamic friction. As well as when one body is rolling on the surface of other body, so then the friction is called as rolling friction. That is there are three types of frictional force. Loss of friction, that is frictional force is always opposite to the motion of the body. As well as friction is a parallel force. So this force exists between the two surfaces in contact. So friction does not depend upon the contact area. So if the surface is more rough, frictional force also more. That is the ratio between the frictional force to normal reaction is called as a coefficient of friction. So and normal reaction. So what is normal reaction? The force exerts between the surfaces when one surface that is when one body is resting on horizontal surface or inclined in uh, uh, sliding over the inclined surface, the force exerted by the surface on the body perpendicular to the surface is called as a normal reaction. That is when a body is resting on horizontal surface, it acts vertically downward direction. It is equals to weight of the body. Quiz. Friction is a force which dash motion of a body, that is pushing. A is pushing, B option is pulling, C option is opposites, D option is none. That is friction is a force which always opposes the motion of a body. Therefore C is the answer. So that is the first question. Answer is that is C. The magnitude of friction is directly proportional to the magnitude of friction is directly proportional to A. Coefficient of friction, B. Normal reaction, C. Both A and B, D. None. So what is this? The magnitude of friction is directly proportional to what? Normal reaction. So that is the magnitude of frictional force is directly proportional to normal reaction. Coefficient of friction is the dash between friction and normal reaction. So that is what is this? Coefficient of friction. Coefficient of friction is the dash between friction and normal reaction. So that is addition. A, that is option A is addition. Option B is ratio. Option C is subtraction. Option D is division. So that is coefficient of friction. What is the definition for coefficient of friction? That is coefficient of friction is a ratio between frictional force to normal reaction. Therefore, coefficient of friction is the ratio between friction and normal reaction. Therefore, what is the answer? B is the answer. That is B, ratio between friction force and normal reaction. So that is coefficient of friction is the ratio between friction force and normal reaction. Then B is the answer. That is ratio. Units for coefficient of friction. That is units for coefficient of friction. A, Newton. B, Joule. C option is ampere. And the D option is no units. Coefficient of friction. What is coefficient of friction? Is the ratio between frictional force and the normal reaction. That is, friction is a force as well as normal reaction also is a force. So both are force. That is, the ratio between two forces is what it does not possess units and dimensions. Therefore, that is units for coefficient of friction is what it consists. It does not consist. It does not consist of no units. Therefore, the units for coefficient of friction is answer is D. That is no units. So that is about today's class. That is friction and its causes and loss of friction and types of friction. Also, uh, we are discussed. So that is today's class. Thank you for listening.